You must, if it's drive on the left hand side, drive on the left, pastor. That's the law of the land. And go to America, if it's drive on the right, drive on the right. Make sure don't get into trouble. And to this is important. Another part of our purpose is to see life on this earth in its perspective. Unlike those who focus is on this world. If you go along, you'll see the text, our second text. You see, the men of that day, their focus was on the word. Just like you see now. You see, people that want to enter the party and they want to enter the going out and all of the frolicking you can name. Every weekend there's something that is going on. But even over that Atlanta, they had 3 weeks ago, they had this gay gathering. They weren't even here for it, but it's broadcast locally. And they had a big, go with the only gay were invited, not straight. That's the gay thing. See, that's what show you. They are in this world, they are doing whatever they wish. But let's go to, they said, King David looked at his satisfaction in the time to come. After he has labored for the Lord, look what he says. In Psalm 17 and verse 15, he said, and I, in righteousness, I will see your face. When I awake, I will be satisfied with seeing your likeness. In other words, David said, the full satisfaction will come on the day when I awake in the next life. Yeah. Hey, Pastor, when I awake in the next life is more important. Oh, beholding God's face and being like Him. I'd rather have this fellowship with God, knowing that my purpose as a man has been fulfilled, rather than go to hell. And then when the time would come, the Lord would ask, and you hear, depart from me. I'd rather have lived my life according to God's holy will. Yes. That's more important. So, let's go forward. He said, men of prayer and worship and the word of God are still needed. You understand me? However, from the foundation of time, we have seen, and even in today's world, some men, not all, some men have somehow failed to uphold their promise. They have failed to be the role as the priests. They have failed to be the leader in their homes, in their job. They have failed to be that breadwinner for their family. They have failed their children. Some are only there to just seed donors. Drop their seed and leave the children there. Leave the mother alone to defend. Catching the bus. No, it's right. Even yesterday, where was going on. This little girl walking with this baby on her shoulder. I said, where's the daddy? She's catching the bus with the little baby. Maybe the daddy may have been the work. I said, maybe. I don't know. Two going out to the clinic. Where the daddy? He could make time to go to the clinic too. But they ain't only how one make the baby. Hello? So I say, man, some of us, we have failed miserably. But some men now want to be woman. And some women want to be man. Well, the Chris Cross, whatever we wish. God is very good. Even in the church of today, some men has given up their role as prayer leaders. What you mean, Pastor? When we go down next step, you can see that men used to be the worshipers. Men used to be the prayer leaders. Let me show you when we get down to the next steps. But I said, men have given up their role as prayer leaders. Men have given up their role as worshipers, Pastor, whether you can sing or not. I don't care how baritone we would sing, whatever, that wouldn't matter. You be Barry Manilow or what, and I be whatever George Beverly Shea, we still gonna sing. That's important. Men have given it up. But in further, men have failed to be mentors to their children. Because they've dropped the children off. See donors for the next, you don't see them 10 years. Oh, look at my big boy, eh? Would you contribute? Hey, Julie, you pick him up. Say, let me come carry him out once a week or something, and leave with $20 there for the man, and they have to take care of him. I say, some of us don't. Some of us do. Some overly do. Some do a lot. When I say I put some, but there are some preachers. Preachers too. They lost their way. Instead of preach against sin, preach against unrighteousness. They rather encourage unrighteousness. Bring me your $2. That's more I'm concerned about. Come on this line and we bless you, $1,000 blessing. And come on this line, give you only $50, but I give you $50 blessing. That's garbage in the pits of hell. That's a creation the devil has brought into the church. I said some preachers, not all. But there are still some men and women who preach against that, who preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, who mean well for the judgment. You understand? But that's important. So, further, I said, there are some men of today tend to take a back seat in the church and allowing the women to do and say whatever they want to say and do whatever they want to do. I said, thank God for you all women. Because y'all don't care on that. Thank God for you. But without you all, there ain't going to be no church. Like Paul made the statement, when the women gather, we are going to the river too. That's important. We just have to focus. Men, talk about men, we just have to focus more. We may be doing now, but there's still room to do more, Pastor. There's still room to do more, Captain. There's still room to do more, Jeff. There's still room to do more, Jerry and TJ. The young kings. There's more. So let's get very and well doing. I said, men are praying on and worship. And the word I needed, especially in the church and the home. If you will see some changes, let it start happening within the church. But let's go further. It said, let us look at our sacrifice. The story of Gideon begins in chapter 6 and ends in chapter 7. But prior, when I'm talking about the core of the story. The story starts, like I'll put it in the summary, because couldn't get on all the chapter, all the posts. The story starts out by proclaiming that the Lord was angry with the Israelites for falling into sin again and worshiping false gods and idols. Because of this, the Lord left them in the hands of the destructive Midians 7 years. That sound like home, hey? What that sound like, hey? That sound like we see this among us in the Bahamas. We see a nation who have gone astray. We have gone a whoring after strange gods. Anything that we see happen in America, or even in the United Nations, like Jamaica said, we ain't for that. And they publicly rebuke what the United Nations wants. Check the information. They want us to push some issues which are not moral and godly in the Bahamas. We have seen the world fail. Paris, London, some big cities where they take out Christianity. We see the downfall of that nation. So you know what they do to the Bahamas? We will be like Nebuchadnezzar. Tell me the grasshopper. We don't want that. But that's it. We see this among us. Some of our men and preachers alike fail to take up their roles as fathers and preachers of righteousness. We have followed the same way for the people of Israel after the time. That's important. We have failed at some degree. So we allow it to creep. We allow it to creep into our homes and our churches. It has become a norm. Some churches, okay, let the sister come, they sit down in the front. Get them a special chair. And honor where the friends. It's a good title, it's a good support of the church. After a while, it gets so bad, it's a friend bring this friend. Then another set of friend come. So you have a whole corner of friendly friend. You're looking for trouble, my brother. So now it get all in control. You now try to address it. Too late, this is your own. You fed it. And when you feed something, what happens, Pastor? It grows and it grows and it grows. Just like planting corn. You keep watering right. Every day it grows higher and higher. And it blooms itself. So I'll be us in the church. You fed the sin. Especially Ben, we have fallen weak along the way. We allow it to creep into our lives. Then now we will make noise. We'll have this big broadcast. Come on the park and let's say no. I ain't against it. I ain't against it. You won't say no fine. But all of a sudden now you come, me come. I preach against something and I have to stop. Sin is sin. I'm not in just to categorize what is not sin and what is sin. That's God who made the judgment. All unrighteousness is sin. So who was me? Either it was me. That's how I'm white. So let's go further. Finally, they fed up, just like us. He finally get to that point to be fed up. I'm tired of this. Just seeing it in the church, just seeing it in the country. Oh, you just get tired. God was tired from that. He was against it from that time. So the Israelites called out to God for help. God sent an aid to a man named Gideon. A man of prayer. He wants to talk to characteristics. A man of prayer and a man of worship. One who fed God. As I say, men of these characters are needed. That's important. He was not just to play for fellow worship now. He was just a small young boy. Could be in the teens, late teens. Because he was out trashing wheat into the field. And an angel appeared before Gideon and says, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." It's a young boy. But see how God has just to pronounce your calling on your life, even if you don't even want it. That's why I said earlier, Daniel, he's what? The prayer warrior. We need to pronounce it over our children, tell them who they are. Let them grow into the characteristic that God has called them to do. Here it is. The Lord is with you, mighty warrior. Pastor, you hear that? I said, wow, this is amazing. But what's Gideon then? I said, God is the knees on the prayer warriors in the church. It's time to fight. Not physical fight. I don't pray. Warfare. Get up in the night time. Especially after the day was attacked the streets. Because after 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, everybody tired of drinking and dancing. They're going home, right? So that's your time to get up. And start beeping and wailing and walk through the home to God. I put down every stronghold in the name of Jesus. That's the time of the church to awake. But then he said, the angel then proceeded to tell Gideon that he would deliver the Israelites from the Midianites. To which point Gideon said, "Hey man, what? I am just a small boy. I don't have the capability." Pastor. Oh Lord, help me. That's some of us right now. Alicia, you say the same thing. I just small kid, I don't have the ability. Fella? Why are we a small boy? So what? God can use you. He needs some men and some young women, generally, who can take up this mantle. Because why? Gideon had the word of God in him. Gideon's father was a preacher, was a prayer warrior. You see as we go along. He was entrenched into the natural teaching of the word of God. He had a prayer life. But afterwards, his father turned away. You see as we go along, the father turned away from God. Just as he joined the Israelites. But let's go further. Gideon then asked the angel for a sign to prove that he is really speaking to him. Richard can't blame him. Because he's a small boy. He thought, what? You talking to me to go to fight war? I don't know what you're talking about. Which is fair. And guess what? Even if as he asks, he leaves the angel and went to get an offering to offer to God. That's when he had enough faith to know that, hey, I believe this boy, I believe this angel is the truth. But before I get any further, let me go offer a sacrifice. That's how important it was. Then the angel then suddenly combust the food. In other words, he set it on fire and offered unto God. To prove that, look here, I am God. Then Gideon calmed himself down. That's how some of us feel a little shaken in our lives too. So that we can prove ourselves and God can prove to us that He is still God. Sometimes we need a little shaking, a little testing. That's why the church needs to stay on fire. That God and Gideon them realize that it is truly the hand of God speaking to him. Do I have a church today? See, that's how the church of God needs to get excited what God is doing in our lives. So we just sit back with these children, be nothing happening. God is in the midst of all of us. And He wants to do a great work for us. I said, men of prayer and worship are needed in the church. We need to be the king of God's self. I'm not saying we can't do sit the woman down. No, we ain't sit the woman down. What we do on our side will get with us. But we need them too. That's important. But let's go on. The same night, the Lord tempted Gideon to destroy one of his father's altars, his father's bastard. And guess what the altar? The altar was what? Altar Baal. You like Baal. I don't know what Baal must be their favorite worship. But what's the trouble you get into? And replace it with an altar of God and sacrifice a bull unto God. God speaking to this young man. And he was obedient to the voice of God. What he did? We need some men, I said, who would in like manner destroy some of the negative things our fathers taught us. I said the negative things, some positive things. Some social practice and social practice, cultural practice, we bring it down home. You know, there's a teach children and they will go in the fridge and bring them to lick. Go down into the cupboard, you know, see one big bottle, I said, nitrogen, bring it to me. The cultural practice need to be broken. That's a bad habit. So Gideon was being led by God. And God told him, go and move on. Go and break down your father's altar and rebuild a new one. Sacrifice is built. Gideon does so. And at night, so that he was much in the court. Wow. God has been here. See, that's why when God said do something, though it may not be much between what you do. I said, what? You do what God said do. But let's go further now. The town people, after morning has come, they get ready to go to that temple of Jesus. They get ready to go worship their idol. The town people found out Gideon had broken down his father's altar. And they said, bring him to us so we can execute him. You sure? Just to break it down. No. The altar of Baal would mean nothing to them. Watch now. Gideon's father, see, he had to change her heart overnight. Joash called out, and if Baal was truly a god, he would be able to defend himself. Do you hear me now? If Baal was truly a god, tell me, he would defend himself when I go with him. I said, wow, what an interesting story. I said, men, prayer and word, and worship are needed. Who will listen to what God has to say? Get up in the night and do what you have to do. If you have to pray, pray until morning. Walk through your house, declaring God to rule over your children. Come against some strongholds in the environment. Even if you go to work stupid the next morning, that's okay. Look at this. But watch now. There was some big men in